Now to Turkey, where a terror attack has targeted its key defense industry. The attack took place close to Ankara. The target was the state-run Turkish aerospace industries. Armed attackers infiltrated the building and opened fire on employees. 5 people were killed. Turkey has called this a heinous terror attack. No group has claimed responsibility yet, but Ankara believes that it was an old enemy, the Kurdistan Workers Party or the PKK. Today, Turkey even launched airstrikes on Kurdish targets in Iraq and Syria in retaliation. Our next report brings you all the details.
It was around 4 p.m. local time. Explosions were heard outside the headquarters of TUSAS, that's the Turkish aerospace industries. Local media showed plumes of smoke. There were reports of a large fire. Some witnesses even heard gunshots. Soon, emergency services rushed to the site. The TUSAS headquarters is located in Kahramanmaraş. That's an area north of Ankara, around 25 kilometers from Turkey's capital. Security footage showed 3 people. They arrived in a cab to one of the main entrances. Once they reached, they killed the cab driver first. Then they used his vehicle to carry out the attack. Witnesses believe that the attackers were familiar with the layout of the building. They entered it and started firing shots. The attack happened during the time of a shift change. Many employees were leaving, and they found themselves in the middle of the attack. 4 people were killed in the shooting, and 5 overall, including the cab driver. At least 22 others were injured, including special operation forces. The staff were taken to shelters and kept there for several hours. The attackers were in plain clothes. They wore backpacks and had an assault rifle. One of them was a woman. 2 have been killed by the security forces. No group has claimed responsibility yet for this. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan wasn't in Turkey when the attack happened. He was in Russia's Kazan for the BRICS summit. Countries there expressed their condolences. Erdogan called it a heinous terrorist attack. Ankara is now blaming the Kurdistan Workers Party or the PKK for the attack.
When compared to previous similar attacks, we have a strong opinion that it is the PKK, Kurdistan Workers Party, terrorist organization. But as I said, it will become certain once the identities of the attackers are determined, which we will announce with you to the public, our saintly people.
The PKK was founded in the late 1970s. Its mission is to create a separate country called Kurdistan. Some context now. The Kurds are an ethnic group in West Asia, like Arabs and Persians, but the Kurds don't have a country. They're spread across multiple states like Syria, Iraq, Turkey, and Iran. In the late 70s, Kurds in Turkey began to agitate. They demanded a separate country. Ankara rejected these demands, so they became more radical. They found a safe haven in northern Iraq, and from there they launched attacks, suicide bombings, ambushes, kidnappings. Some 40,000 people have been killed so far. Turkey considers the PKK to be a terrorist organization. So does the US and the European Union. Over the years, terror threats from the group have waned, but Turkey doesn't believe that. Today, it launched strikes on Kurdish targets in northern Iraq and Syria. The targets included military and intelligence facilities, ammunition depots, as well as logistical and energy infrastructure. The attack comes at a crucial time. A major trade fair for defense and aerospace industries is underway in Istanbul. The TUSAS is a key player in Turkey's defense industry. It built the country's first indigenous fighter jet, the Khan. Ankara is looking at this as an attack on its crucial defense industry. So it will not rest easy until the threat is completely neutralized.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.